And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Some final preparations here. Welcome to Thursday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. Glad to have you along. And tonight we'll see the Toronto Raptors as they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves here at Target Center. I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. Let's see some of the numbers here for Scotty Barnes.
And I think the grind of the season has caught up to him a little. You can see it in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a dive. He appears to be wearing down. Maybe he can get his legs back under him today.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Toronto Raptors. The perimeter filled up by Barrett and Ingram. Barnes is the 4 with Pirtle in the middle. And it's quickly in at the point. And for the Timberwolves, McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the 5, down low. Grant, as the season draws to a close, most individual player stats are becoming more solidified.
And that can affect players' mentalities, B.A., since certain numbers may bring bonuses or trade interests. Meanwhile, winning still has to be job number 1.
Now here's Barrett. That's no good. Couldn't get his first one to go. Randall on the screen. Pass to Gobert. From the arc. Edwards can't hit. Barrett against Edwards. And there's Barrett on the assist by Ingram.
And I love the confidence from Barrett. He enjoys finding room inside and capitalizing.
Ingram against McDaniels. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Gobert passes to Randall. 6 to shoot. Pure from 3-point range.
Well, hey, Randall possesses this kind of range. The defense has to at least honor his shot.
Pass to Pirtle. And here is Barrett, guarded by Edwards. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Edwards plays with such velocity.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. I asked him about Brandon Ingram and the challenges that he presents, and he said to me he is a tremendous scorer with impressive range. Not only that, he's extremely clever at creating scoring opportunities for himself. We got to crowd his space whenever we can. We'll see how aggressive their defense is against him tonight. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And prior to last season, the Timberwolves had never won a playoff series in consecutive seasons, Dan.
Yeah, and so now they make the conference finals 2 seasons in a row. The most sustained success this franchise has ever known.
Here's Barnes, following the score by Minnesota. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's McDaniels, shakes him, and the layup is good.
Smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
Ingram, the pass to Pirtle. 3-pointer, gets the 3 ball to go.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
The Timberwolves trail. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Edwards. And the layup is good.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
Ingram, the pass to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle. Oh, another lead change. 6 total in the first half.
And this is the battle we were hoping to see.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Here in March, things are heating up. Let's check out the teams in the West. Taking a look at Minnesota, now in second. They look to be in terrific shape moving forward.
Seeing where the Timberwolves are, their fans were expecting a lot from this team this year, and they haven't disappointed them. It's been a terrific season, and they're far from done yet heading into the playoffs.
The 3, DiVincenzo. Rebound by the Raptors. Their last encounter in Toronto.
It was a narrow loss the last time they faced each other. A game they felt they should have won.
Yeah, that was a close one. In the end, they came away with the loss, and a big reason why was because their starters just kept out.
And Minnesota has possession. The Raptors making their last shot. Randall, a screen on Barrett. Edwards, a pass to Randall. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes.
Good O, better D. Sometimes it works out that way.
Pass to Quickly for three. No good that time. Timberwolves trail by 3. Edwards with it, and it's Ingram picking him up. Edwards can't hit.
Oh, you gotta finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Fighting for his shot. Barnes is well rewarded for his effort.
A skill Scotty Barnes definitely possesses is the ability to guard multiple positions, Grant.
Yeah, he has that blend of quickness and length to smother shooters, and he has the strength to deal with bigger guys, too.
And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. Walter, he's checked in for Toronto. Shed comes in for Quickly.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Back to Conley. Dosunmu outside. They need this. And he buries his first look.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
Pass to Murray Boyles. 1:05 left to play in the first. The three from Barnes. Rebounded by Highland. Timberwolves trail by 4. Outside, Ingles. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Conley up top. Here's Reed. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Look, Reed is a strong finisher. It's still unbelievable that he was undrafted because he is a force.
Minnesota shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Randall, he's checked in for Minnesota. Toronto also changing it up. Mamukelashvili's checked in for Barnes. Dick comes in for Ingram, and Emmanuel Quickly subbed in for Shed. Stan, you look at Naz Reid, he gives you some size, but he is a dangerous scorer, especially from the perimeter.
Absolutely, B.A. And also, Reed is one of the most entertaining players to watch. So many deflections, blocks, dunks, hits threes. He does it all.
Here's Mamukelashvili. Here's Quickly. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
And here's Randall. 23 points his last outing. Back to Reed. Outside, Highland. Randall deciding where to go with it. Up in time. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Toronto out in front. They're up by 3. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. You know, you take a look at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Bones Highland out there with Mike Conley. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Dick gets the bucket. Dick's gotten his first bucket of the night.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Back to Conley. Pass to Highland. Here's Dosunmu. Randall, a screen on Dick. Dosunmu for 3. Counted from distance. Dosunmu's got 6.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
It's good.
And I love Dick's aggressive mindset. I mean, this is how lethal he can be catching and firing.
Conley passes to Reed. And here's Highland. Shoots over Walter. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Great contest of the shot. Kind of forced him to fade back more than he'd like.
Now here's Quickly. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. Here's Randall, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Randall's got this second bucket.
Well, the defender made it hard on Randall. Still, he uses his body to convert for two.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gobert's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Mike Conley. And it's Edwards in for Highland. Barnes, he's checked in for Toronto. Ingram comes in for Dick. Here's Barnes. 14 points for him last game against New York.
With 3 steals in the night, he helped them in a big way.
Now here's Barnes, and here's Ingram from the arc. Edwards pulls it in. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards.
Ooh, Edwards with style and authority.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
How about that elevated look on the AT&T connected cam? Toronto has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Here's Walter. He's scoreless. Quickly from outside. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Edwards. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. Grant, you are a Hall of Fame small forward, so you know a bit about the position. What's key in excelling at the 3?
Well, BA, you have to be able to space the floor. We almost never see a 3 or even 4 who can't make threes. And on the other end, lots of times you're matched up with quick guards.
Mamukelashvili's checked in for Toronto. Barrett comes in for Walter. We've seen Anthony Edwards dramatically increase his rate of 3-point attempts.
Yeah, Brian, while also increasing his percentage, it makes him that much more dangerous as a scorer. We know he can finish around the rim, and that creates a pick-your-poison situation for the defense.
They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync. They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
Yeah, the aggressive mindset of Barrett, looking to score and force defenses into difficult situations.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
Walter, he's checked in for Toronto. And Barrett drops them both.
And with Barrett, we know he can score the ball. Now he must focus on becoming a better passer and facilitator.
Dosunmu outside, the kick out to Edwards. That's it. Coming off an assist from Randall. Edwards has got 12 points.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Here's Barrett. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
Easy shot for him. They'll take that every time up the floor.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And Minnesota with some changes. Naz Reid comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Dosunmu. The Raptors also with a sub. Pirtle's checked in for Mamukelashvili. The Timberwolves lead by 6. Pass to Edwards. To the wing, right side. DiVincenzo against Barrett. From outside the arc. And DiVincenzo hits from deep. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside Barrett. Pirtle. Here's the floater. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Outside McDaniels. Pass to DiVincenzo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. Getting a good look. Edwards.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
It's Barnes on the wing. Now Ingram. McDaniels covering. The shot by Ingram, no good. And so it's Reed with it. He brings it up for the T-Wolves. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. Edwards for 3. Rebound Toronto. Ingram's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Driving to the basket, Walter. The 3, Barrett. It's rebounded by Minnesota. 24 seconds left to play in the half. And Edwards, here we go. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
Second personal foul.
And he's gone 1 for 1 in the game so far at the line. The Raptors making a switch here.
Anthony Edwards.
Well, you can tell this team looks to Anthony Edwards to set the tone on the floor. His intensity becomes their intensity, and let me tell you, his intensity is always high.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Well, maybe the defense thinks they can live with that, but he's pretty consistent from that mid-range area.
And here's Edwards outside. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
They already had the momentum going to the break. Now they've got even more of it.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves up 15 points as this quarter concludes. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
The difference in field goal percentage is crazy. They're getting exactly what they want out there.
Yeah, even if adjustments are made, how does that defense really slow them down? Changing gears now, this should be interesting. Let's hear what the fans want to say. Master Funkman asks if you could harness the power from one of your former team's nicknames, which would it be?
Well, that's easy for me. The Kings. They have a lot of power, but I'm gonna probably go with the Rockets because I could fly at a very high speed.
That's easy. I'll take the Magic because my powers would be limitless.
Good choices. I'm not sure what kind of powers you'd be getting if you went with the Lakers.
Maybe take out my yacht.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Minnesota leading by 15. Checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. Quickly at point with Barrett by his side. They're the guards. Ingram the 3 with Barnes the 4. And it's Pirtle in at the center spot. And it's Randall with the jam.
Nothing the defense can do about that. Randall just powers it down.
The Raptors shooting 52% from the floor so far. The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Pass to McDaniels. Just 5 to shoot. Here's DiVincenzo. Another one falls for Minnesota.
The one thing I really respect about DiVincenzo, a willingness to add to his game and improve as a shooter.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Look, the defense was there, but he made a great adjustment at the rim.
Ingram against McDaniels. The fader is rebounded by Barron.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Here's Ingram. And Gobert with a block.
As intimidating a defensive presence as there is, Gobert could write a book on rim protection.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by Barnes. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. Here's Gobert. Rebound Toronto.
The fall away, upping the degree of difficulty. You wonder if perhaps they could have gotten a better look.
Hurdle with a screen on Edwards. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Pure. That's basket number 9 on 12 tries.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And while we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for Julius Randle.
Well, it's a downward trend, and that could be for many reasons. Maybe they're asking them to play different roles. Sometimes it's the guys around you. If you're playing alongside a great rebounder, there aren't as many boards to go around. So you really have to dig into the details to understand why this is happening.
Well, Ingram knows how to be a problem for the defense inside, drawing contact there.
Toronto shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That free throw, good from Ingram.
Well, Ingram's a kind of a quiet scorer. Sometimes you don't even notice when he's putting up 20, 30, 40, because he just does it within the flow of the game.
Both free throws good from Ingram. The Timberwolves lead by 17. Randle outside. Out to DiVincenzo. It's Edwards on the wing. Outside McDaniels. Outside DiVincenzo. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards outside. Quickly with a rebound. Raptors trail by 17. Kicks it out to Barron. Takes a 3. Can't hit that one.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Randle, good.
Well, Randle is a problem inside. He has so many ways he can beat you down there.
The 3 from Quickly. And Barnes with a basket. The assist by Quickly. Quickly's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the answer to everything. And the crew includes those voices of wisdom, too. He said, quote, I keep those types of friends around. I'm not the type that always listens, but I'll listen to my elders. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Toronto shooting their 6th and 7th free throw shots in the game. Free throw drops for quickly. One thing you hear coaches like Steve Kerr say, let's not gift foul calls that you'd never tolerate in a pickup game. You agree?
I absolutely agree, B.A., and I think Steve Kerr has gotten that across to the league in the way guys officiate now, and I think that's good. Let's call fouls when a guy's trying to score or trying to make an offensive play and we actually foul him. Let's not reward guys when their only objective is to try to get fouled jumping into people. Well, we've seen this movie before. Edwards is rolling, and his energy right now is infectious.
Jacks up a three, and it's quickly with a miss.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Walter. As we approach the postseason, let's see how things are shaping up in the East. You take a look at Toronto, and they're sitting with the 5th seed in the conference currently.
You know, for the Raptors, they've looked rock solid this season. They just need to stay on target and prepare for the postseason.
Well, look, they've performed to expectations, but I think this team can take it to another level if they get rolling.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Anderson comes in for Julius Randle. And Mike Conley is subbed in for McDaniels. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Well, getting out in the open court there, and Ingram just finishes off the break.
Here's Edwards. Lays it up and banks it in. Edwards got 27. 59 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Shed. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Barnes. Outside Ingram. With the drive. Nice D from Reed.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Walter from outside. Cranes the triple.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
30 seconds left in the third. Conley passes to Reed. Anderson for three. Up again. The kick out to Conley. Pass to Dosunmu. Back to Conley. From downtown. Rebound by the Raptors. Here's Shed. 20 feet out. The shot by Ingram, no good. Edwards fires from way outside. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Minnesota in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Bones Highland out there with Dosunmu. And it's Phillips in at the 3 spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
Well, we know what kind of scorer he is, but he could use a little help.
Here's Highland. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
Quickly finds Dick. Rebounded by Highland.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Puts up the 8-footer. Another one falls for Minnesota.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Quickly with the ball. Lets it fly. Dick with a miss.
I'm not sure how he's going to explain that shot later.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots. Don't even try to defend that. What a move, Julius Randle.
And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Edwards, he's checked in for Phillips. And Conley subbed in for Highland. Toronto also changing it up. Barnes, he's checked in for Mamukelashvili. And Brandon Ingram subbed in for Dick. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Here's Barnes. Toronto passing it around. Three-pointer, no good. The Timberwolves lead by 20. Pass to Edwards. Back to Randle. Robbed! And now the Raptors on the break. Quickly with the ball. DeSumo picks him up. And it's quickly with a miss.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And he lobs it up to the rim. A slam dunk by Reed.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Here's Ingram. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
Well, look, you need to get up on Ingram, but then he has the quickness to put it on the floor and get all the way to the rim.
Pass to Edwards. Conley against Quickly. Clock at 6. The three is up. Offensive board. The kick out to Conley. DeSumo outside. Back to Conley. From deep. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle. Randle's got his 4th assist with that last one.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. And one of our featured players tonight earns our Player of the Game award, Anthony Edwards.
Think about this. He has owned this game from start to finish. Wow, so impressive. The defense literally looked helpless trying to stop him out there. He has been far and away the best player on the court, and it's not close.
Boy, you can see the amazing relationship he's built with the hometown fans, and it motivates him to always give them his very best. So it's Toronto now. Quickly outside. Outside Barnes. And again, Toronto, no good.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Randle. And it's Randle with the jam.
Wow, Julius Randle. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
And so it's Ingram with it. He brings it up for the Raptors. Tries again, and it's laid up and in by Pirtle.
Well, that's a great effort. Unwilling to let that possession die.
DeSumo outside. DeSumo on the wing. Pass to Randle. Edwards looking for an opening. And Edwards slams it in.
Yeah, I really like when Edwards shows this kind of patience, allowing the play to develop over time.
Quickly passes to Ingram. Step back and fire. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. Ingram's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific mood right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Outside Barrett. Ingram on the wing. And they say that leadership starts at the top, Stan. How does great ownership and the front office permeate an organization?
Well, you're absolutely right, PA. Leadership starts at the top. And the best owners in this league go out and get great people, and then they empower them. They don't micromanage. They get people to work and use their expertise to build the organization. Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Timberwolves.
They really had things going. Their offense carried them tonight, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., tonight, simply they won the battle of the field goal percentage. I mean, it made all the difference.
And tonight's win will give them an even 40 on the year.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Anthony Edwards.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Barrett. They set the pick. Takes the three. Minnesota with a rebound.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Here's Barron J. Barnes with the rebound.
Well, the defense was giving him that one, but he made the shot more difficult than it needed to be. You gotta play smart.
And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.